Hi everyone, it's me, Lauren, and I'm back with episode 2 of Inside the Treehouse. As you may be able to tell, the overall picture is much better. With the first episode, and I'm still figuring things out as far as what will give the best resolution, and I'm sure I'll make more changes to make this a better experience for all of us in the future. But yeah, I just wanted, this is probably sooner than I'll be doing videos in the future, but again, it's something new, so I am excited about this and want to continue on. And I was eager to fix the camera situation, so here we are. And also, in between the filming of the first episode and this episode, I developed the name for this vlog to be Inside the Treehouse. So, a lot of you may already know I'm the owner and dyer of Treehouse Knits. And Inside the Treehouse is just going to be like a little close-up look at my business, my making, and all that good stuff. So I feel like it really is a peek into like my life. And something that I got asked by an Instagram follower earlier today was, why Treehouse Knits? Like, why is that the name that I chose to go with? And some of you may not know my backstory, but I grew up on a Treehouse Lane here in Austin. That's the house I was born and lived and raised in for the first 8 or 9 years of my life. And the majority of that, because my parents separated before I was the age of 2, I lived with just my mom. And she developed her business at the time called Amanda's Studio, where she made custom bridal gowns. It initially started as like her being a seamstress and utilizing that skill she had as a single mother to be able to stay home with myself and my sister. And that skill developed into a custom type business where she made wardrobes, costumes, wedding gowns, hand ornately beaded, just beautiful. She is extremely talented in her own regard. Now, I didn't take a like to the sewing, but the things that always did interest me were the colors and the fabrics. And I would always, wrap myself in the fabrics and create little things. And my mom always said, oh my goodness, like you're so good at putting colors together. You could be a fashion designer one day. And, I feel like parents are a little more romanticize the abilities of their children a little bit more than may actually be reality. But anyway, I feel like my creative and color sense and my love of slower fashion came from my mom, and it was developed in that house on Treehouse Lane. So when I decided to open up Treehouse Knits, sorry, you may notice like I do stuff with my face a lot or something. I don't normally itch this much, but I'm in my yarn room and there's, I swear, little fibers always, all the time. I vacuum here like every day. So I apologize for that. And then the other thing is I sometimes look on this side because there's the red button when you're filming, but the camera's actually over there. So I'm sorry if my eyes wander. I'm getting the hang of looking into the right spot on the camera. But anyway, like I was saying, that is how Treehouse Knits came to be Treehouse Knits, because when that dawned on me, I was like, there's nothing else I could call this. Like, this is literally my heart and soul, this name. Like, it is just, I love it. And then the other thing that made it feel kismet is when we moved back to Austin from the Oklahoma City area, the house that we moved into, the back, the slab is like, I'd say probably 6 feet tall. So when we're in our living room and like our kitchen, that area, and whatnot, it feels like we're in a treehouse. And it's just so fitting that I lived like on Treehouse Lane, and now I live in a house that feels like I'm in a treehouse because we back to the green belt and we're lifted. So we're literally like eye line with the trees. We just see a bunch of trees and we get to see a lot of deer and wildlife, and it's just really fun where we are right now, and it just feels cool. You know, it's one of those things where it's like the universe kind of talks to you and it's like, this is the way this is gonna go. But anyway, yeah, that's, you know, how that name came about, and I just wanted to share that with you guys. The other thing, I have a little list of things that I want to talk about because the last time it was kind of like flying by the seat of my pants. So if you see me looking down, yeah, I'm crossing something off my list. I am very list oriented and planner oriented because otherwise I will not remember. It's just, I have a lot, you know, I'm sure a lot of y'all can understand, mothers, business owners, makers in general. We juggle a lot, so yeah. The other thing was that I wanted to talk about is in the first episode, I showed you guys the first colorway from Stranger Things, and the color didn't really show up very well, so I'm gonna see how it looks on this camera. That is showing up better, but it is still a little off, you know. It's not, it's more cherry deeper, but yeah, this is the first colorway, Running Up That Hill, and it is my dedication to Max. So you can probably see, let me have it focus on this. Okay, more details on the skein. But I love this, and I will have swatches to show you guys here first before my Instagram. I've already swatched it knitted and crochet. Mind you, my crochet is a bit rusty, so it looks decent and it looks good. But yeah, so that's that. And then the other thing I wanted to show you guys, business oriented, was the new superwash base, non-superwash bases that I have landed on. I decided to test them all out on some of my tonals to see how they took, and these non-superwash bases are so soft, just incredibly soft. And that was a big thing for me, is I've felt a lot of non-superwash that's like really toothy and just rustic, and it, you know, I get that's what a lot of people or some people may like, but that's not really what I go for. I'm all about the environmental aspect of, you know, having less plastics, having more materials that are fully biodegradable, things like that. So that's something that very much so intrigued me, and I'm really excited to have these as an option. So this is my colorway Olivine. That's pretty decently true to color. Yeah, I'd say from right here. And this is it on my organic, 100% organic merino non-superwash. And you'll see that there's some variation in tone. It's almost like a mauvish. I just think it is so stunning on non-superwash. And then this is it on my organic fingering. weight as well. So this is the original on superwash on my Sequoia sock base, which is my favorite base that I carry. I know I've said in the past that I don't have a favorite base. I lied, because every time I see this, I love it on Sequoia sock more than any other base. I can't help it. So yeah, these are the non-superwash options that will be making their debut for the Stranger Things collection, and I'm really excited to be offering this, and I feel like it's really going in line with what I'm trying to do for the future of Treehouse Knits. I can talk. I think I was going to say niche. I'm trying to lessen our footprint as much as possible, and I've heard from a lot of you guys who love non-superwash yarns that you buy superwash from me because you want the yarn from me, but you would prefer non-superwash, and I want to be able to offer that to you guys, especially for those of you who prefer that. And I used to stand on the bridge where I was like, I am fully superwash. I love it. Everything else is itchy, but these two bases have me swayed and they have me convinced. I haven't decided if I want to offer an organic option on non-superwash yet. I may, but I just have so many bases that I'm wanting to bring on for Stranger Things. One of them being a Stellina, so like a sparkle base, and the other being a yak base, a yak silk base that is just heavenly. And the reason I didn't bring it on for Stars Hollow is because not a lot of the colors were dark and moody, and that I felt would really be conducive to the natural properties of yak. So, but I feel like this Stranger Things collection will really play well with that naturally, because it's like a heathered grayish hue that the undyed skeins have. So I don't have any in my office with me right now, but you have to have more pigmentation on the skeins than a lot of the Stars Hollow colorways had, and not have as much of the white base, you know, that you see in the background on a lot of them. So that's that. And then the other thing is we hit a milestone today. We finished dyeing Foliage. And for those of you who do not know Foliage, this is Foliage on my tweed sock base. And this is Foliage on Surrey. Beautiful, beautiful. So I'm excited that we finished that today. We have gotten a good chunk into the production of Miss Patty's School of Ballet. And then hopefully we'll be able to finish that by the week's end, as well as Lorelei's house. So those are some cool little Stars Hollow milestones that we're hitting as well, and I'm excited about that. The other thing was, on the last episode, I showed you guys some new yarn acquisitions, and I completely forgot the other sweater quantity I picked up from Hill Country Weavers. I'm gonna get it out now. So I had already caked up one of the skeins, and I was about to cast on some sweater. I don't know what, but I was about to cast on some sweater because I just love the yarn so much. I wanted something. But this is Life in the Long Grass. and it is called Cactus Moon Soil on their DK Twist base, and it has 251 yards per 100 grams skein. Just like how beautiful and fall is this colorway, but these are also colorways that I love year-round as a deep autumn. I look really good in the puke greens, the browns, the purples, the rusty oranges, things like that. So that is totally my colorway. But I forgot to show you guys that one, and it was hidden away. I have a hard time right now separating my own stash from my work stash. So I'm hoping to get that situated and settled at some point soon-ish. I need more like cabinetry that can hold my own separate stash. So hopefully I can figure something out for that soon. Also, I'm sorry if y'all heard a noise outside. My husband was vacuuming his car in the driveway, and I'm still new at this and I can't stop and edit and pick it back up yet. I'm sure I will figure it out. If any of you guys have tips, I would be really open to taking them. And he's starting again. I hope you guys, it's not too loud for you. But anyway, the other thing, while on the topic of Hill Country Weavers, is I'm excited to be participating in the local Austin, Texas yarn crawl at Hill Country Weavers on the weekend of October 14th through the 16th. That is the same weekend as Rhinebeck Sheep and Wool, and I'm excited to kind of have a little part of the yarny world, but here in Austin. So yeah, if any of you guys are local, I'm going to be bringing out a lot of beautiful colorways and yarn for you guys to see in person. And I'd love to meet a lot of you guys, as I'm trying to have more of a local presence. Some of you guys may have seen on my Instagram today that I decided to pull out of the DFW Fiber Festival that was set to occur late September. I decided to do so just because, well, there's actually a plethora of options as to why I decided to make that call. Number one is I don't think that large fiber festivals are really in the cards for me right now, because one, you have to invest a lot in stock, bring a couple thousand skeins at least, and all your displays, having help to run the festival, secondly, acquiring a trailer to bring all the setup, all the yarn, the products. 4, it's lodging and hotel. 5, not everything is going to sell. And the reason I love pre-orders is because people pick what they want on the base they want, and there's no question about what I'm ordering and what I'm investing in. Whereas with a show like DFW, I'm going to be guessing, okay, most people in Texas knit with fingering weight. What base? And then it's like, well, what if there's a surge or a love for DK? Or what if Andrea Mowry has a new pattern that's supposed to be coming out in sport weight? And what if everybody wants sport because there's all these new patterns out there that call for X base? So it's just a big gamble. And another big contributing factor is that I do suffer from anxiety, and I'm an introvert, and my anxiety is mostly manageable and I keep it in control. But the thing about anxiety and people who are an introvert like myself, being on at such a high capacity for 3 days straight, mind you, a little bit more because you're going to be traveling and setting up the day before, I'm not sure how I would handle that. And I mean, I'm sure I'd be fine. I'm sure I'd get through it. But as far as the toll it would take on me to recover after that, I really think just at this point, it just being myself and my husband, and then we have a 4-year-old, so he is probably gonna have to watch my 4-year-old, and it just be me. And there's a lot of moving factors that just felt like it wasn't the right call for me. And I'm saddened because I'm not going to be able to meet up with a lot of the makers and a lot of my customers who were really looking forward to being able to shop in person. It saddens me at that aspect, but I think that's kind of making me pivot in such a way where I want to do more local, smaller scale stuff just for all of those reasons. Because I want to be able to meet a lot of you guys and I want to be able to have a local presence, but I think just not in such a grand way for right out the bat with no prior experience really. So, yeah, that's that. And then, since my last video, I really don't have much of an update on any of my whips, but, I mainly just wanted to come on and see like how this new camera setup is and if it works well, and we'll see how we pivot from here. But, I appreciate you guys for sharing this space with me, and, if there's anything like you'd like to know more of or are interested in seeing, just leave a comment or message me on Instagram like a few of you already have. And yeah, I would love to make this maybe a bi-weekly, every 3-week type deal. Don't hold me to that, but but anyway, it just feels like a nice space for me to be able to like chat about my current status as a dyer, as a mom, as a maker as well, and be able to connect with you guys. And also, if you have a vlog on YouTube, please drop it below because I'd love to see you guys as well and what you're up to. But anyway, I hope y'all have a great rest of your week, and I'll talk to you guys next time. And also, if you can, please like this video and subscribe if you want to see more content. It's just cool. Yeah, it's just cool. I never know how to end things. This is me like on a phone call. I'm like, no, you say bye. No, you say bye. No, you say bye. Okay, but for real. Oh, that's also a pile of ice melt snow that I need to skein up the last of it. But anyway, this is bye.